Greetings, folks. Well, it's been a little while since we saw anything from the railway room, and I'm still having problems. Not the least of which this week, having set myself a good deal of time in the schedule to do a recording, I then had a problem with the plumbing in the house. And so the schedule that I had set aside was lost because of work that's been going on. But my time away in Aberystwyth has given me some time to think. And it's about time I stop making promises that I can't keep. I know I've always had the best of intentions to try and get something out every fortnight. But here we are now, we're back coming into the summer. I'm back at work at the railway 2 days a week, plus my other activities. And I honestly do not think it's going to be viable for me to put out a model railway video every 2 weeks. I know folk like consistency, and I don't want to muck anybody about, but I think, to be brutally honest, it's going to have to be perhaps once every 4 weeks. And even that might be a bit iffy depending on what else happens during the summer. So I'm not going to make any promises. All I will say is I'll try and get something from the model railway room once every 4 weeks. If it doesn't happen, then please bear with me. You still get them from time to time. I'm afraid I'm not one of these that has the time just to come up and spend hours here fiddling around doing bits and pieces. It's not that easy for me. I should have left it as it was, shouldn't I, when I had it all set up and running nicely and all the rest of it. But no, I decided I wanted to take it all down and this time do something from scratch. Anyway, we've moved on a little bit, and as you can see, I've now put platforms out. And that gives me a better idea of what I've got to play with in here on this layout. You'll notice in the middle I've still got the engine shed, and I think it's just in the picture there, the goods shed. Very much in the plan. However, if you come round this side, the unfortunate way that they've done this point work, which is the only one I can realistically use here, means that this at the other end, I don't know if you can see me pointing to it, yeah, is going to put it on a bit of a collision course with the inside running line. So what do? Pan the camera back round is a good start. Right, so do I cut that off here so that we have not just a branch line, but we also have a terminal platform for what you might call mainline shuttles from Oxford and places like that. And then I can build the station buildings up in this area. That would then give me scope to move that platform this way a bit and shorten it. And then I would have room for the tracks this end. It's a conundrum, it really is. And I know I'm selling you dreadfully short today, because I'm just, once again, I'm just musing. But we've got, let's put the signal box there and make it look something like that. So if I can bring this, if I can solve the problem at that end, I could maybe bring this round and I could put that point work there, couldn't I? Have another one there. If I used a half curve, the engine shed could fit there, but then you see what the problem is. Oh, I don't know. It would produce an interesting shunting arrangement. That would provide work for a little diesel locomotive that I've got to sit at the other end of a siding here by the... Alright, let's look. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, I think you can. If I then put that there, if I then move that round a little bit, I could put the goods shed there and could have a little diesel shunter sitting at the other end of the goods shed, couldn't I? What that would do, when the steam loco or other main loco comes in, that would come into, I think maybe another half curve would be more suitable. That would be drawn into a siding there. Now, how about that? And then the wagons would be reversed into there. The loco could come off, back down here and go on to shed. Let's have a farm shop on the platform. And in the middle bit, we could have the station buildings. Or some of them anyway. What do you reckon? Doable? It's worth a thought, isn't it? Does that begin to make a bit... Oh, sorry, you could hardly see what I was doing there, could you? Does that begin to make a bit more sense? Because all of a sudden, I think it does to me. A lot of stations, they didn't have these things all crammed in together. They were quite well separated. Do you know, I think I've got a workable plan here. So my project for the next video will be to see if I can solve the problem at that end as regards not fouling up anything else. Yeah. If I can solve that, then it looks as though I've got the station layout pretty much under control. I may have to accept that this first platform is going to be a short platform. I might have to take this bit of platform out of it, so that I can maybe move that along there a fraction. It does mean it's going to mean very limited station buildings on what was the original platform. That might cause a bit of a problem here, but something to think about, because if I was to take this bit of platform away and shorten that, then I could, I'm not going to do it now, but everything would come this way a fraction. Yeah, and I wouldn't be falling foul of the running lines. I'll have to try it and see, I think. I don't really know whether I want to do excuse me, too much of that at the moment. But if we bring that there, and I estimate that that's going to fit there, that will then hopefully just keep it far enough away at that end from the running lines. Yeah, we might get away with it. We might get away with it, in which case everything will have to be moved that way, but as you can see, in theory at least, it works. And yeah, because I have a Wickham trolley, and no reason why I couldn't put the Wickham trolley next to the loco shed. Now the plot comes a bit thicker, doesn't it? And then we got shops and things in the village, and well, we'll put one there. I know it's got its back to you, but that's just, you don't really want it with its back, do you? So we need that as perhaps a road that's coming in front of that to the, a road that's coming in front of that to the goods shed. Well, there. We have had a little something today, after all. That is a, whoops, daisy. That's a Scaledale building, by the way. All my buildings are Scaledale. Well, I say all. One or two of them are, oh blimey, I'll get it in a minute. Brain fog over. One or two of them are Scenics. There we have it for this time. Another short video, but at least you can see that I have actually had a little bit of inspiration. Where that's going to go, I don't know. But as soon as I've got this problem sorted out, I can then get to work with actually laying the full new track in a permanent position. But I'm going to have to build up the station first. Got to get that sorted, and then get the track in a position where it won't foul, or the rolling stock won't foul on the platform as it comes in, because some of these modern locos and that, they're all very well, but with their little bits and pieces and fixtures and fittings, they're quite just likely to fail the platform as they come in. So that's something I've got to think about. But anyway, thank you for watching. I've brought you up to date now. As I say, I'm not going to make any promises I can't keep. I will do my very best to bring you a video once every 4 weeks. That will leave a little bit of scope in between for the odd extra. If I've been to a railway event somewhere or something like that, I can slip it in the gap between model railways. And I think that may be the best way forward, to be honest with you. So with that, I will leave you from Nevard's telling station, and one day I'll tell you the story of the development of the town of Nevard's telling. But for now, again, thanks for watching. If by any strange chance you should like these videos, please click like, subscribe and all that other junk. And if you click the notification bell or whatever it is, I'm sure YouTube will do its best to remind you when the new videos are up. But don't forget, my main videos on this channel are not actually model railways. This started as a rather joking aside of an unboxing, and look where it's got me. My main videos are what I call my walkumentaries, where I make videos of the parts of the country that I visit, and during the summer early morning trips to the villages around about East Sussex. So do have a good look through my channel, and hopefully you'll find something there that you'll enjoy. So bye for now, folks.